Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ipan Please, alright. It's also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Umon. Also available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Stick around for newspaper headlines. Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM today, the 9th day of May 2024. Today is a Thursday and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of the broadcast or the conduct of the broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and or write to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You become part of the conversation. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Central Bank of Nigeria okays oil firms spending 50% of funds on obligations. Chisco boss comments Mbas bus terminal projects. Firms bag ISO certification. MOU AU violence. Students to pay 25,000 naira for damages before admission. Oborowori lost Tinubu army over withdrawal of troops from Okuama. Nigerian eyes world record to visit 54 African states in 9 months. Nigerian eyes world record to visit 54 African states in 9 months. PDP force APC on call for Fubara's impeachment. First news editor Olatunji resigns over newspaper's apology to Bajabiamila. Inflation, major determinant of living wage negotiations, says NLC. Trade unions kick, demand a reversal of cybersecurity levy. Rivers crisis deepens as pro-Fubara lawmakers elect new speaker. Rivers crisis deepens as pro-Fubara lawmakers elect new speaker. Reps probe Binance executive escape as federal government dismisses a bribery claim. Alleged 500 million naira defamatory suit court grants Sunday Igboho order of substituted service on Gani Adams. Nigeria Britain Association re-elects Oyetoyo as a president. FEM takes claim in culture as 10th African Magic Viewers Choice Awards kicks off. Lagos State government approves a 40% rebate on payment for planning permit duties. USAID Coca-Cola Foundation partner TechnoServe to launch Nigeria Plastic Solutions activity. Gateway Airport to become hub for aircraft maintenance, flight training school. CCD advocates access to justice for people with disabilities. Review of legal processes. Family petitions Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff over alleged seizure of 700 cows. Others 17 in police net for allegedly operating illegal brew de change. Senator attacked as violence against politicians spreads in Germany. Vigilante group kills senior police officer in Taraba. Dosumu fire. Lagos allays victims' fear of abandonment. We post shipment of bombs for Israel over Rafah concerns, US says. 17-year-old girl needs 500,000 naira for jaw tumor surgery. Police arrest a middle-aged man for unlawful possession of firearms. Others. Rivers local government chairman Diaz Fubara vows to remain in office after tenure. Tristan Tate's financial transactions under investigation by police. Adewolu, Vice Chancellor, tax varsity on innovation, collaboration to overcome challenges. Cybersecurity levy, anti-people, we will resist it. National Association of Nigerian Students. Rivers Assembly members loyal to Fubara elects new speaker. House of Reps withdraw motion for suspension of cybersecurity levy. Olowo XPA revolutionize international remittance with decade of service. United States government and Coca-Cola Foundation partner to launch Nigerian plastic solution activity. Police arrest suspected killers of Delta State University students. G60 condemns call for impeachment of Governor Fubara as invitation to anarchy. Just Disco to conduct customer enumeration in Bauchi, Gombe. Police refute killing of 21 soldiers in Anambra. Guinea-Bissau president declines to extradite Central Africa ex-leader. Obinna Nwosu joins APC, Dom's obedient movement. CBN extends processing fees on cash deposit to September 30th. Army withdraws soldiers from Okwama. Governor Fubara urged to use executive orders amid the River State legislative crisis. EFCC to arraign former aviation minister Hadi Sirika orders on Thursday. Lagos demolishes over 300 distressed buildings. Presidential committee considers increasing VAT rate. Police arraign 7 over alleged murder conspiracy. Egypt police probe murder of Israeli-Canadian businessman. Nigerian tourists eyes a world record to visit 54 African states in 9 months. Russia captures 2 more villages in Ukraine. Hajj 2024. NACON restricts pregnant women elderly from pilgrimage. Disco lists Lagos areas to face power outages. Nigeria accused blackmail over bribery allegation. Arawa Group cautions article over criticisms of Lagos Calabar Highway. Police rescue 3 kidnapped Indian nationals in Ogun. Hope dwindles in South Africa 48 hours after deadly building collapse. Yusuf appoints a former Kaduna Revenue Agency boss as KIRS chairman. Prince Harry in London, but not meeting King Charles. Prince Harry in London, but not meeting King Charles. Escape of Binance executive from NSA custody. Embarrassing. House of Reps. Federal government establishes indigenous exotic tree plantations in 36 states. UK rules out cyber attack for E-Gate airport outage. House of Reps denies Binance CEO's bribery allegation. Zamfara set to implement Charles protection bill. Israel pounds Gaza as truce talks resume. House of Reps breaking this. Cyber security levy will impoverish Nigerians more. P2B. Jimo Ibrahim heads to court over Ondo governorship primaries. China's Shinji welcomed with respect and love in Serbia. Japan bred record after rat parts found inside a park. 17 people in police net for allegedly operating illegal broad chain. UK regulator demands tech firms shield children from harmful content. Dozens of cholera cases reported in flood-hit Kenya. NLC rejects CBN cybersecurity levy. And that's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Section into JS1, JS2, and SS1.
Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. Microsoft shuts down Nigeria's Africa Development Center, sacks workers. MT prestigious vessels still in Navy's custody. Owners, more customers, businesses oppose cybersecurity levy. Federal government pledges to complete Abuja Kanu Highway in 1 year. Court stops removal of PDP national chairman. We will revisit forceful takeover of rivers. PDP tells Inspector General APC. CBN unveils a list of licensed deposit money banks, taxing us into poverty. Parents and the scourge of exam malpractice. State creation. Stakeholders argue for economic viability, regional balance. EFCC arraigns Sirika Jota today, 38 days after Army withdraws from Okuama. 10 years after Jesulu's late goals send Real Madrid to sixth Champions League final. Man lands in police net over vandalism on Third Mainland Bridge. APC calls for Fubara's impeachment. Invitation to anarchy, says opposition federal lawmakers. Fubara can run government with executive orders until new 27 Rivers lawmakers are elected. Ugoshinyere. POS agency decries CAC's registration order, says customers to pay more. Outrage in Kanu as a 23-year-old hospital staff assaulted by NAF officer dies. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps repels gun attack on Catholic school in Benue. Abuja school mourns explains the death of 4-year-old pupil after homemade meal. USAID Coca-Cola Foundation TechnoServe to launch $4 million plastic solution in Nigeria. Lawmakers, stakeholders seek regulation of sport betting. Again, crisis breaks out in Rivers Assembly as factional speaker emerges. Court stops removal of acting PDP chairman. 29.3 million naira fraud. Court fixes June 24th for arraignment of Lagos monarch orders. Federal government pledges to complete Abuja Kanu Highway in record time. Oborowore hails as Army withdraw troops from Okuama. Court affirms ICPC's power to investigate, prosecute state government officials. Tech entrepreneurs urges SMBs to embrace artificial intelligence for revenue growth. EFCC to arraign ex-aviation minister will taking this. 7 reasons to make Ireland your next vacation destination. Investment. Federal government unveils national energy policy master plan. Awaiting trial inmates constitute 73% of Nigerians in prison, says Legal Aid Council. FCTA dislodges miscreants from Abuja Road Corridor over insecurity. CSR EWT trains empowers 500 Rivers youths. Nigeria has the largest number of out-of-school children globally. UNICEF. United Nations proclaims May 25th as a World Football Day. Rivers local government chairman accuse Fubara of withholding their allocations. 34% NAF-based land lost to encroachment in Benue. CAS laments. Troops foil multiple kidnap attempts. Rescue 7 hostages in Borno, Kaduna. Flood. Federal government to begin clearing of debris from water channels, dams. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Failed Air Nigeria, EFCC slam charges on ex-minister Sirika, daughter, son-in-law, Fem. Abuja school closes for 1 week over death of 4-year-old. Let's tame the beast. Catholic bishop warns of artificial intelligence dangers. Binance, $150 million a bribery allegation. Diversionary, federal government. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, Labour Party, PDP rep. Afenifere kicks as Umaye battles article. Cyber security levy will further pepperize Nigerians. TUC, Ubi, Northern Coalition. Naira depreciates further as a dollar sails to BDC's wobble. Reps seek to make appeal court final appellant authority in all post-election cases. Court restrains a PDP from removing Damagun as a national chairman. Ondo Guba, APC aspirant Ibrahim sues INEC Ayedatiwa Akamu. Unilag best graduating student becomes Knight Hennessy scholar at Stanford. Aggrieved Mende Villa Estate residents should seek redress government. Why cybersecurity charges doesn't apply to individuals. Professor Bamudu. They are too cold. Dissolve your cabinet now. Jimo Ibrahim tells Tinubu governors don't have problems with new minimum wage. Sule. Impeachment. Parish thought of forceful takeover of rivers. PDP tells APC. Court restrains the PDP from removing. We've taken this. Tinubu administration blackmailed into making cybersecurity levy policy. Oromoni. Father alleges cover up in son's death. European Union pathways with Mali on military training mission over junta's rule. Russia launches missile drone attacks on Ukraine's energy grid. EFCC, we've taken this. Binance trying to run away with their wrongdoings. The federal government rubbishes bribery allegations. Oil block. Federal government removes a signature bonus to woo investors. God uplifted Ndi Igbo out of poverty, penury after civil war. Igbo Microsoft explains Lagos Africa Development Center closure. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Kaduna to relocate 359 schools over banditry. Hera shop off Kaduna farmers' hand for protesting invasion. Army chief unveils Benue military hospital. Niger plans 100,000 houses for displaced flood victims. Polytechnic curriculum reviewed to drive entrepreneurship NPTE. Benue governor defends car gift to judges. Reps not buyers over bribery allegation. Abducted editor resigns after newspaper apologizes to Bajabiamela. Court restrains PDP from removing acting chairman Damagu. Bandits kill Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps commander in Benue. Drop cabinet members accused of corruption. Jimo Ibrahim tells Tinubu. Governor hails Tinubu as soldiers withdraw from Okuama. Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission can prosecute Delta government officials, court affirms. Soldiers detained for alleged extrajudicial killings, 518 cows seizure. Jimo Ibrahim challenges Ondo APC primary in court. Governors are not against a pay rise for workers, Sule. Nigerian Center for Disease Control reports 7,842 measles, 4,266 meningitis cases. Kaduna identifies 708 illegal buildings blocking drainage. Yapatek, UNICEF begin millions girls empowerment. Pro Fubara speaker emerges as PDP rejects impeachment calls. Nigeria Air, Sirika, daughter charged with 2.7 billion naira fraud. Federal government plans a fresh audit of 2.7 trillion naira subsidy debt. Lagos state government offers a 40% discount on building permit. Deputy Reps Speaker celebrates a 53rd birthday with pensioners, widows, others. ASUP comments Usodema over merging of Imo Poly campuses. Women protest abduction, killings, suspects released in Anambra community. Politics, not dirty game. Okorocha's wife. Unizik Library takes reading campaign to Anambra schools, donates books. Anambra community begins new monarchs selection amidst controversies. Lawmaker laws Otis developmental strides in Abia pledges support. Group knocks Umahi for criticizing Obi preaches unity. That's the most we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we flip over to the Sun newspaper. We have Umahi gets Tinubu's marching order to complete Abuja Kaduna Kastina Kanu Road in 1 year. My life in danger. Wanyang raises alarm. Kanu government approves additional 5 billion naira for retirees pension gratuity. Measles. Adamawa records 49 deaths, 143 confirmed cases. Abiodun calls for creation of Ogun Division of Appeal Court. Insecurity. Kaduna facing poor school enrollment. Sani. Delta receives maize, Gary from federal government. NSITF, National Assembly calls for amendment of Employees Compensation 2010 Act. 18.3 million children out of school in Nigeria. UNICEF. Cyber security levy. TUC kicks threatens shutdown. Governors are not opposed to new minimum wage. Sule. Rivers APC calls for Fubara's impeachment invitation to anarchy. Rivers APC's calls for Fubara's impeachment invitation to anarchy. PDP. Gateway International Airport to become hub for aircraft maintenance, flight training school. Rivers Assembly. Oko. Jumobu. Emerges factional speaker. Sorkari as House leader. Rivers Assembly. Oko. Jumbo. Emerges factional speaker Sokari as House leader. Governor bars local government area heads from appearing before Assembly. Osolo throne. Expect seamless process. Farumbi expedite action on WACA affiliations to accelerate coastal development. Group urges federal government. Coastal Highway Group urges Nigerians to focus on service delivery, not ownership. Less than 7% women represented in elective, appointive, positions in Nigeria. Railway oil boss buries father. Survey exposes barriers to women's participation in plateau politics. Distressed building. Lagos to relocate occupants of 900 housing units in Adeniji, Adele. Insecurity. Nigerian military takes delivery of new fighting platforms. National building. Ohaneze, Afenifere, Mosop. Others converge in Ibadan today. Tinubu directs Umahi to complete Abuja, Kaduna. We've taken this. Again, kidnappers abduct 3 NRC staffs and other in Edo State. Volunteer guards arrest header with pistol day after Akru Ranger commander got killed in Benue. That's the most we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we flip over to Daily Post newspaper. Minimum wage, federal government, labor, dialogue, economics of a farm. Ex-presidential candidate, Adebayo. Minimum wage, federal government, labor, dialogue, economics of a farm. Ex-presidential candidate, Adebayo. Call for Fubara's impeachment, invitation to anarchy. PDP reps caucus warns. Tinubu lacks power to reinstate you. South leader Sarah Ibe hits 27 Rivers lawmakers. Killing of soldiers. A Nigerian army withdraws from Delta community. Tinubu blackmailed into approving bar security levy policy. Dikwa. Tinubu blackmailed into approving cyber security levy policy. Dikwa. Dissolve your cabinet now. Senator Jimo Ibrahim advises Tinubu. Benue Catholic school shut down after attack by gunmen. Why National Cyber Security Levy should be suspended. Bauchi lawmaker tells House of Reps. NMPP berates Tinubu for inflicting unnecessary hardship on Nigerians. Russia launches missile drone attacks on Ukraine's energy grid. Federal government committed to complete Abuja Kaduna Kanu Highway Umai. Kingship tussle. Protests erupt Ebonyi community over plans to impose monarch. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Man gets 10 years for child sexual assault. Fubara, lawmakers feud, throws rivers into turmoil. Cybersecurity levy to tackle crimes, terrorism. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps arrested 85 suspects in 3 months. FCTA dislodges over 1,000 illegal occupants. POS registration will checkmate kidnappings, criminality. 41 internet fraudsters jailed in Anambra. Takeaways from Tinubu's trip to Riyadh. Hegu. Commuters in for paying on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Federal government says next year to complete Abuja Kaduna Katsina Kanu Road. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. As we await network on the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Zenith Bank delivers on promise of shareholders of value with a record dividend payout of 125.59 billion naira. Fubara's men upstage Martin Amewelu, elect Victor Oko Jumobu. New speaker. Fubara's men upstage Martin Amewelu, elect Victor Oko Jumbo, new speaker. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona at 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie, number the first. Metal of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, or at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abata, or you go to www.amazon.com. Search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080 3916 7049 or you WhatsApp 08065796599. Ndewo oge onye na-ege ntị. Obi ụtọ ka m ji na-anabata gị n'ihu mma hirodo n'okwu gbasara ala na ụlọ obibi na nke taa anyị na ndị ụlọ ọrụ Akụbeze Housing Estate nọ ebe a. Ndewo.
Ihu Dorisha Restaurant, Ọka, Anambra Steeti. Anyị nwekwara ngalaba ụlọ ọrụ anyị ndị ọzọ dịka nke dị na Oshimiri Lane Junction, Old Road, Mkpọ, n'akụkụ ọfịs ndị Igbos Love Themselves Charity Foundation, Mkpọ, Anambra Steeti. Nwekwa na nọmba 108 Ogwi Road, Enugu Steeti, opposite Nnamdi Azikiwe National Stadium. Akara ekwentị ị ga-ejikwa anyị bụ 0906 8779065. Gbaa mbọ dịdata ya. Ọ bụrụ na ịkpọ anyị ma anyị azaghị gị ozugbo, zibatara anyị ozi edemede text message maọbụ WhatsApp. Iwu bụ na anyị ga-azaghachirịrị gị. Lekwakwa akara ekwentị ahụ 0906 8779065. Anyị nwere ala ndị bụ ezi ọha obi ruo oge ala ịrụ ụlọ ibiri na udo na ọṅụ na-enweghị nsogbu ndị obodo asịkwa ndị asịghị mba. Anyị na-akpachapụ anya hazie ihe niile gbasara ala ahụ, tụọ ya kpọm tupu anyị amalite ire.
Kedu ebe unu nwegasịrị ala dị mma maka iji rụọ ụlọ obibi?
Anyị nwere ala na mgbakọ Ọka North dị na Anambra Steeti 1.5 million naira, nwekwa na Achala Ọka North 1.4 million naira. N'Oji River, ala anyị nwere na-agara gị n'ọnụ ahịa dị ala 550,000 naira. N'Obe Community, opposite Estate University, Agbani, ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 8 million naira. Ịchọọ igote ala n'ugbo Ọka beside Renaissance University, ugbo Ọka, Sọfes bụ ihe sepetịrị ala anyị ga-enye gị na university ahụ 3.5 million naira. N'akụkụ Maduka University, Ekpegbe, Enugu Steeti, 3.5 million naira. Abịa n'Imo Steeti, anyị nwere ala n'Ọgbakụ nke ị ga-enweta n'ọnụ ego egburu na ntụ 3 million naira. Ihe o jiri maa mma nke ukwuu bụ na ala ndị a bụ ịzụtara ha ịmalite rụbara onwe gị ụlọ ozugbo na-enweghị ndị ga-abịa ịjụ gị ese ma ọ bụ nyewe gị nsogbu.
Ị na-akọwa na onye zụọ ala na Akụbeze Housing Estate rụọ ụlọ ya ejirizi anya ya abụọ hiriwe ụra?
Anyị na-atụ anya n'ala, jụọ ese, nweta akwụkwọ zuru oke tupu anyị etinye isi na ihe gbasara ịgo ala, nke bụ na igote ala n'aka Akụbeze Housing Estate o nweghị onye gị na ya nwere okwu. Ị nwekwara ike kwụọ ụgwọ otu o siri masị gị ugboro tupu ịkwụsọpụ ya. Ịbịa, anyị na gị akparịa, haziere gị ya, gbazikwuru gị oge ị ga-eji kwụọ ụgwọ ala ka ọ dịrị gị mfe, wee bụrụzie landlord maọbụ landlady n'otu ntabi anya. Na Akụbeze Housing Estate, ihe na-akachasị enye anyị ọṅụ bụ ịhụ na ị nwetara ala ahụ bụ ebumnobi gị ị ga-eji rụọ ụlọ ọnụ ọchị awa gị. Ngwa kpọtụrụ anyị n'isi ụlọ ọrụ anyị nke dị na Dean Signature Plaza, Unizik Junction na ncherịta ihu Dorisha Restaurant, Ọka, Anambra Steeti. Chetakwa na ngalaba ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị na Oshimiri Lane Junction, Old Road, Mkpọ, beside ọfịs ndị Igbos Love Themselves Charity Foundation, Mkpọ, Anambra Steeti, nakwa na nọmba 108 Ogwi Road, Enugu Steeti, opposite Nnamdi Azikiwe National Stadium.
Ngwa ọ pụtagharịkwa ebe ndị ahụ unu nwegasịrị ala ọzọ.
Anyị nwere ala na mgbakọ Ọka North nke dị na Anambra Steeti ị ga-enweta ya na 1.5 million naira, na Achaloka North 1.4 million naira, n'Oji River 550,000 naira, n'Obe Community opposite Estate University Agbane ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 8 million naira, n'Ugboka beside Renaissance University Ugboka, so first bụ ihe separate anyị na university 3.5 million naira, Maduka University Ekpegbe Enugu State, n'akụkụ Maduka University Ekpegbe Enugu State 3.5 million naira, n'Imo State Ọgbakọ ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 3 million naira, Akụbụeze Housing Estate. Ihe na-enye anyị obi aṅụrị bụ ịhụ na ị nọrọ nke ọma nọdụ ọfụma dịka landlord maọbụ landlady. Lekwa akara ekwentị anyị, gbaa mbọ dịdata ya 0906 8779065 0906 8779065.
Imeela maka ịbịa nọnyere anyị n'ihe omume a taa. Ndewo.
Ekene m unu.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date. You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebonade 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. We are on to this day newspaper. Fubara's men upstage Martin Amewelu. Elect Victor Oko Jumbo new speaker. TUC LCCI call for withdrawal of a planned 0.5 cybersecurity levy. Edun tax new board of NICOM on domestic revenue mobilization. Bagudu urges FRC to recommend strategies for countries' development rather than debt ceiling advocacy. FMBN to deepen housing finances to raise contribution to GDP. CBN extends the suspension of charges on cash deposits above approved thresholds to September 30th. Naira declines at official markets, stable at apparel to 1,416 Naira per dollar, 1,450. Court restrains the PDP from removing Damagum as acting national chairman. Chisco Transport chairman backs Mbas Modern Bus Terminal Project. NGX others collaborate to deepen ETF market. Healing the rift in Bauchi, healing the rift in APC Bauchi. Federal government opens talks with vendors for supply of 85,000 farm equipment. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu's 8-point agenda incentivize agribusiness investment. Tuga. Oshun East senatorial constituents get 1,800 bags of palliative rice. Oshun East senatorial constituents get 1,800 bags of palliative rice. Federal government palliative. Niger receives 1,437.5 metric tons of grains. Bauchi lawmaker moves motion to suspension. Bauchi lawmaker moves motion for suspension of national cybersecurity levy. Delta government takes delivery of federal government palliative. Oyo local government polls free, fair, credible. IPAC. Google to end its podcast service by June 2024. Ondo youths express discontent with senators' performance. Reps raises alarm over insecurity in Nigerian schools. Reps raises alarm over insecurity in Nigerian schools. Despite laws, persons with disabilities suffering non-inclusion rights, abuse, stakeholders. COSEYL dismisses malicious allegations against Chief Emmanuel Iwayang. Reps worry over environmental degradation of oil companies' host communities. Lagos government to relocate 900 housing units in Adeniji, Adele. Don advises Nigerians to possess blood pressure measurement device. And that's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebon and 103 supporter for reactions. From our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message coming from Comrade Mandy Oduago from Odumobosi, and it says the truth must be told that most of our leaders are kleptomaniac in nature, and their daily embezzlement, looting, and squandermaniac attitude thus appear it is ingrained in their bone marrow and the blood system in grand style. We have continued to see the deterioration of our country. We are aware that empty platitude cannot solve our problems, neither can gross squeeze, posturing. Regrettably, we'll have to realize that if in Nigeria reform from the top becomes impossible, then we must grid our lions to face a tsunami change from the bottom since the top is already rooted. Honestly, I do not believe there is an exclusive way, neither do I believe that one person possesses all the required answer. Thank you so much for joining us this morning as we have received this message from you before. But thank you so much for joining us. Comrade Manly Oduago from Odumobosi. We have this message is coming from Akuchieze Epani Augustine. And he says from Okozo, he says, let Wike leave Fubara alone because Fubara did not come to office to serve him. Fubara came to office to serve the people of River State. If Wike did not like a minister of FCT, and he says, I believe that Nigeria. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have Gokwa Kenneth Okuchuku from Umuobama Anam, Umuobanishi Kingdom, and it says federal government should revise hardship, food crisis, and ameliorate high corrupt index in the country. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Iweka Ifani from Ikengo Gidi, and it